Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the Ambassador Nabila Makram Abdel-Shahid, the Minister of State for Immigration and Egyptian Affairs Board, participated in a symposium on the future of smart cities and the digital economy, in which Dr. Salah Hassan, Professor of International Marketing and Strategic Marketing Management at George Washington University in USA, participated. Of course, as he's one of the most prominent experts in this field, who participated in a series of conferences entitled Egypt Can. For her part, the minister explained the development witnessed by Egypt, which represents a great leap despite the many challenges, and added that smart cities are a model that should be expanded, as the Egyptian state was keen on this in a number of modern cities, praising, of course, the keenness of Egyptian scientists and experts abroad to transfer their knowledge and expertise to participate in state development. Now, she also said Dr. Salah is one of the most prominent experts abroad in the field of marketing, and praised his role in supporting the Egyptian role in the Renaissance Dam case and other efforts of the state. Now, we're delighted to be joined over the telephone by Dr. Salah Hassan himself, the Professor of Global Marketing and Brand Management. Doctor, a very good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon to you too. Greetings from Washington, D.C.
Thank you so much
for a happy new year.
Likewise. Thank you so much, Doctor. Now, Doctor, could you tell us a bit about the future of smart cities and why they are important, of course, in today's digital economy, especially that you were one of the keynote speakers in the International Forum on the Future of Smart Cities?
Yeah, smart cities are transforming the way we live, work, and shop. I'm not exaggerating to even say smart cities are changing the way we spend our leisure time. From Singapore to Sydney, from Shenzhen in China to San Francisco, from Neom in Saudi Arabia to the new administrative capital in Egypt. Smart cities represent not only technological transformation, but also new ways of thinking about how to enhance and sustain our quality of life. The world is being challenged by overpopulated cities that are limiting our mobility, polluting our environment, challenging our effective distribution of goods and services. Add to all of that the current unprecedented pandemic crisis that is paralyzing our healthcare system and threatening our economic vitality. Globally, more than 50% of the population lives in cities. This number is rising, as a matter of fact. Therefore, smart cities are the solution. By the year, according to the United Nations statistics, by the year 2030, nearly 70% of the world population will be living in cities. In some countries, for example, in the Gulf region, the urban population represents 80 and even 90% in countries like the UAE. So what is a smart city? Does a smart city mean only free Wi-Fi, sensors and monitors of air quality, and autonomous vehicles? Is it only about pushing technology? According to the International Telecommunications Union, which is an agency in the United Nations, they define sustainable and smart cities. The smart sustainable city is an innovative city that uses information and communication technologies and more means to improve our quality of life, efficiency of urban operations and services, and really competitiveness, while ensuring that it meets the needs and represents the expectations of future generations in respect to economic, social, environmental, as well as cultural changes. So what we are saying that we want to clarify that a smart city is more than big data, hyperconnectivity, and infrastructure build-up. Yes, there are key But these are key foundations and building blocks of smart cities. But then, how does it work? In addition to that, you will find that smart infrastructures are really talking about enhancing the quality of our life as well.
Yes.
How can these infrastructures sustain new standards of living and enhance citizen engagement in order to make the smart city a safer place to live, smarter in the way of the way we live and the way we experience our quality of life standards in such a sustainable way.
Yes.
And this, we call them the 3 S's of smart cities, are being smart, being smarter, being safer, and being more sustainable, futuristic cities.
Absolutely. But Doctor, this leads me to another question, an important side of smart cities. How do we qualify our citizens and people, or prepare them really to live or for life in these smart cities?
That's an important question.
Yes.
Because in order to incentivize citizens to move to the smart cities,
exactly.
Or in the case of existing cities, how to have them be more engaged in futuristic technologies like 5G technology, and how can we motivate them to become more savvy about technology. That requires, first, education, and second, attracting the right citizens to move to smart
cities. Yes.
This technology is unleashing, Internet of Things and artificial intelligence ecosystems that serve our communication needs. These technologies enhance the speed, latency, and really lower cost, believe it or not. But technology is being developed and used to improve the people's lives. So how can we use technology to help solve problems? So we need to increase awareness, and marketing plays a critical role in that, enhancing people's awareness of the fact that smart cities are not just about technology, they're about enhancing quality of life. For example, we worked with a smart city transformation project and rebranding a major smart city here in the United States, and we used what we call it the 60-40 formula, attracting 60% of a younger workforce that is under the age of 40.
Right.
Meaning 40 years or younger. These are the millennial generations that are savvy about technology. They are really going to experience transformational times in these cities. So how to transfer this experience of a smart hub into an understanding also that it is about savvier and more conducive quality of life that really meets the challenges that we spoke about a little earlier. So we have worked with partnerships in the business community, so building partnerships with the business community and citizen groups in order to anchor solutions of key issues like mobility, job creation, hyperconnectivity. I'm going to just very briefly share with you 2 quick examples of Copenhagen, for example, a traditional city that transformed itself into a smart city, a hub for design, and they utilized basically the name called Copenhagen, and they created what they call it the button campaign, that it talks about how open it is. So it is, smart cities not just about technology; they are also about changing the mindset.
Yes.
How can we change the mindset of citizens in order to show them that smart cities are the solution? Smart cities require a new way of thinking. Egypt's digital economy is a major factor now in the domestic economy, and the two major cities are being built in Egypt. The new administrative capital,
Yes.
East of Cairo, and Alamein, which is on the northern shores west of Alexandria. These two cities are really anchoring on sustainability. They are defining core assets that are very important to the country, and they are very important to the transformation of period that Egypt is currently experiencing in that respect, to attracting citizens, engaging the youth and the younger generation, but also building partnerships with the business community in thinking globally and act globally in order to position these new cities in a more competitive way and embrace that new mindset.
Absolutely. I'd like to thank you very, very much, Dr. Salah Hassan, Professor of Global Marketing and Brand Management. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this afternoon, and of course for your insight in our topic on Cairo Local Time. And of course, moving on, as everybody watching knows, Egypt is currently organizing and hosting the 2021 World Handball Championship for Men. And Egypt opened the matches by defeating Chile 35-29. A quick segment on the World Handball Championship, and we'll be right back for a further in-depth discussion on this very important championship being held here inside Egypt. Do stay tuned.